Hello, all viewers of Solidus Records. This is Emmanuel with another short clip on New York City. Today we'll be looking at one of the most used bridges in our city. As you can see before us, for those who are native to this city, it is the one and only George Washington Bridge, constructed in the year 1927. We are going to dive and get a little closer. We have our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man taking us for a spin, or shall I say, swing.
1010, possible narcotic cell reported.
We're gonna
Officers
ignore
needed
that
in
for
God
now.
Baker. Over.
We're gonna ignore that call. We have our tourists here. Spider-Man's looking at me like, "Are you serious right now?" Don't worry, Spider-Man. We'll get him next time. All right, so take us to the bridge, please. And here we go. There it is. As we get closer, you can just see the beautiful array. The sun glistening off the bridge. All right, here it is. GWB. This angle isn't the best, however, we can see the entry point from this angle. Let's get a little closer. And here we are. So as you can see here, this is the entry point. It's loaded with heavy traffic
Squad
right
cars are
now.
in pursuit of a vehicle refusing to pull over.
Vehicles
Nearest
refusing
officer,
to
please
pull over.
proceed to Hamilton Heights.
I'm sorry, but we're in the middle of a tour right now, and we need all the time we can get. Alright, so here it is, the entry point. Let's take a snap of that. We have the lovely citizens of Manhattan, residents of Manhattan, walking around the entry point. Alright, see this here. Got some traffic over there. And there it is, the magnificent George Washington Bridge. As stated earlier, it was constructed. The construction officially began in September 1927. And believe it or not, its estimated cost was $70 million. But it only actually costed $60 million, so they saved them saved $10 million in building this thing. Today, with all the inflation going on, that $60 million would amount to $1.2 billion. George W. was obviously, as the name implies, named after the first president of the United States of America, George Washington. And the story goes that here in Fort Washington, on this side of New York, we'll get a view of New Jersey, actually. Hey, Spider-Man, give us a view of New Jersey, please. Thank you. And here he is. We're going to take a look at New Jersey. So, we can only imagine he crossed this river. This is actually the Hudson River. And over there is New Jersey. That is New Jersey. And so he crossed from Fort Washington. George Washington crossed from Fort Washington all the way to Fort Lee, which is located in Jersey. Oh, can't go that far. Unfortunately, we can't. So, this is it. And trying Spider-Man, come on, get us up there, bro. Why are you delaying? We have people here who want to see what's cool with GWB. There we go. Was that so hard? Alright, so here we are. that across from us is Jersey. Take a nice shot of that for you tourists. Tourism is a blast, especially if you have an idea of where you're going. But how much better for it to be seen from Spider-Man's point of view, right? So here it is. This is New Jersey's and New York's famous bridge. On it rides 100 million vehicles a year. Just divide that into months and weeks and days, and you just see how many a day these vehicles pass. I have crossed the George Washington Bridge many times in my life. I mean, if you live in New York, you're eventually going to cross this bridge. As we can see down here, the traffic actually makes a big U-turn in the middle of the bridge. It's only because it's the video game, right? But in reality, obviously the stretch of traffic goes all the way down into New Jersey. The total length of this bridge is 4,760 feet. What's very interesting also about this... Oh, we got a helicopter. Hey, how's it going? Alright, so... Spider-Man didn't like him. So, what's interesting about this bridge is that as you see it, you see the steel framework of the bridge. This was not its original intent, the design. It was going to be covered and have it look a bit like the Brooklyn Bridge, which we will look at another time. But due to the Wall Street crash of 1929, eventually people began to look at the bridge and grew accustomed to it and decided that the bridge should remain as is. I mean, it looks phenomenal. It's very unique with this look. So, I mean, that's kind of interesting, huh? This is not its original look. You could only imagine how it would have looked without the covering of brick and cement. Yeah, so I also found it interesting that well, it can't be seen from this angle, so let's go another angle, right? Let's go Spider-Man. This should do it. Here it is. Good stuff, Spider-Man. Now, as you look at the bridge from this angle, you can see that there's only one level, right? And that's the upper level where the traffic over here is driving or building up. However, in actuality, hey, how's it going? In actuality, the bridge has two levels, one upper deck and one lower deck. The lower deck is called Martha. Funny, who's Martha? You guessed it, the wife of George Washington, first president of the United States of America. So, as you can see, there is no lower deck in the video game. However, in reality, there is a lower deck, and it stretches across all the way down from Jersey. As you can see, there's like a ramp over there in the middle of the screen. That ramp actually has a lower level, and it connects all the way across to New York City. In actuality, the upper levels are designated for truck drivers. However, regular pedestrians can drive there. And also, the lower level is prohibited from truck drivers to drive in for safety reasons, of course. But yeah, this is the George Washington Bridge. I hope you enjoyed this clip. I hope you had, for those who are interested in visiting this iconic bridge and its majestic display, I hope that you find this video informative with a few facts as you make your way to see this bridge. I want to give it a nice bird's eye view right before the end of this video. Alright, there it is. That's the GW. Alright, awesome. It was great having you on my screen watching Spider-Man give us an awesome tour of the majestic George W. Bridge. This is Emmanuel again on Solidus Records, and hope to see you on our next recording. Take care.
1072 mugging. Need an officer on the scene. Nearest officer, please.